Welcome to Washington County. Come grow with us, Mississippi. So you got a bridge over there, but I don't think you can walk on that bridge. Assuming we're going to walk in here, there's a bottle tree. And let's see, Leland, Mississippi, birthplace of the frog. An exhibit of Jim Henson's Delta boyhood. There's Mona. This van life of mine. There's Kermit. Oh, there he is. This is an interesting guide. Deer Creek. The soils along the lengthy tributary of the Yazoo River are among the most fertile in the world. An agriculturally based prehistoric Indian culture thrived along the creek as early as 1200 A.D.
Lived in Leland for 12 years. He was born in Greenville, Mississippi at King Stowers Hospital and went to the schools in Leland. His dad transferred here from Maryland. He was an agronomist and he worked for USDA in Stoneton, Mississippi, which is right down the road. And he worked in soybean research. So Jim went to the public school. He had a best friend, Kermit Scott. They played along Deer Creek, caught frogs, did things that little boys do. And Jim's creative mind, he named Kermit after Kermit Scott. And the sad thing is when they moved from Leland back to Maryland, he and Kermit Scott did not keep in touch. Kermit Scott had no idea that Jim had named Kermit the Frog after him.
Wow, that's
He
cute.
found out through the media.
Wow.
And we have many articles in our scrapbooks about Kermit Scott, and Kermit has come back to Leland many times. And,
interesting story.
That's a good friend, isn't it?
It's a good friend. It
Yep.
is.
Nice.
So, Jim had do you know anything about his death?
Mm-hmm.
He was a Christian Scientist. Jim was a Christian Scientist, and he was living in Manhattan at the time of his death. And he had a terrible cold, and it had developed into pneumonia. And he decided to best go to the hospital, or his family probably decided that. And he went to the Presbyterian Hospital in Manhattan. And he had sepsis already, and his organs were failing. And he died shortly after. They said if he had gotten there a day sooner, they could have likely saved him.
Yep.
So he died way too young.
Yes. How old was he?
53.
53. How was he?
Max is taking that medicine. He's having to pee all the time. All right, we are now at a riverboat here in, I believe this is Greenville, Mississippi, right down the road from Leland, where Kermit was born. It's pretty cool. Come this way, Max. River Road Queen, yep, port of Greenville, Mississippi. And this is up here, Great River Road, China or Canada to the Gulf, River Road Queen, port of Greenville, Mississippi. Let's get to back here. Arkansas, folks. We just crossed over the Mississippi River and entered into Arkansas. Still headed out west. Big lake.
October a year ago on Highway 134, which runs parallel with Boggy Creek. Boggy Creek is 2 miles down here, and about 2.25 miles is where you turn on 134. And we were headed to church on Sunday evening on October 1st. And up ahead of us is about 6:15 evening, so it's still daylight. About 100 yards ahead of us up there. I turned my box and said, "That ain't no deer." I mean, it was coming out in the road. Of course, we get a lot of deer, across the road.
Yeah.
But the very same spot a year prior to that in October, a friend of mine in the same spot had seen what he described as either juvenile or it was orangutan. It's reddish orange, about so wide and curly hair. He was a little closer to it than what I was, and from the distance I was from, I'm gonna say I probably seen about the same thing.
Wow.
And
That's
I didn't
interesting.
get close enough to get a facial on it. It wasn't a deer. It wasn't a bear. I don't believe. It's pretty wide.
Right. Okay. Thank you. This is Global War on Terror. This was the 9/11, September 11th, 2001. That was really sad. Alright guys, we're in Texas. I've seen sheep, I've seen cattle, goats, zebra, camels, skunks, We have arrived at the world's smallest skyscraper. Back in the day when it was built, the man that built it sold it. He didn't let the people know that the measurements he gave was in inches instead of feet, and in today's dollars it would have been $3 million that he sold this building for. Now it's a studio. Trains going by. He made a wad off of this building, even back in the day with the money that he made for it. That sun's bright. Right here, the world's littlest skyscraper. Back up. I don't think I can get all of it from here. Let's go walk down here and see. There we go. It's not very tall, as you can see. He sure fooled them people. What? 1, 2, 3, 4 stories. There's a side view. Train's right over there, if you hear that train. See what this side looks like. Okay. I don't know what he's barking at. I think he's flipped his lid. He's a barking though. He's just barking up in there. Max, what are you barking at, bud? Huh? Have you flipped your lid? Max? What are you barking at, dude? Huh? You wanna sit up here with mama? Huh? You wanna sit up here with mommy? Come on. I guess he feels better, all I know. He's just a barking. Yeah, I see you. Yeah. Are you okay? Or have you flipped out? Huh? What's out there pumping, guys? Still pumping. Just pumping. Nope, that one's not pumping. Some that's been pumping. Of course, when I go to video, nope, that one's not pumping either. Maybe I'll find some that are pumping. issue with it. Them ramp winds are strong. I stopped in here to potty, and as I was going out, I went back in here to look in the vending machine here in this Texas rest area, and look what I found. A storm shelter. I knew it was windy through here. I just got through telling y'all it was whipping us all over the road. Cool. And come in here though. Apparently get away from them winds if they get too strong. It's a nice rest area. It's nice and clean too. The wind here is whipping. They got all these windmills out here, and I just walked in there and they have a storm shelter. Worst rest area I've ever been in that has a storm shelter, but it definitely is whipping here. I don't know if this is Tornado Alley or what it is, but it's strong. We're still riding through the windy part here in Texas. Starting to see some hills back in there. Up farther. I don't know if you can see them. See if I can zoom in. There's some up here. There we go. See them? All them dead bugs. I done washed my windshield how many times. There's some cattle over there with some little calves back there earlier. They were pretty. We stopped here at the rest area, and look what's here. Some horses. There's a baby deer. Where'd he go? There's a baby deer. I don't see him now. And then there's two bigger deer, and they're hanging with the horses. Max, he don't know what to think about them. They're pretty. I don't think they know what to think about us either, because they're not coming over here. We got a windmill right here. Oh, there's the baby. He's over there with his mama now. Right there's the baby.